games like sets up like 3 of them. Bruh. Oh, it's working! Oh my gosh, I don't know what these other 2 are doing. Don't resurrect anymore. Okay. It's working. It's working! It's working! It's working!
A few moments later.
Acquired target. Oh, I missed. Hello and welcome to the Musty Game Dev. I'm here with another video. We love games and we love game development. I am interested in creating my own custom NPCs in UEFN, and so I have taken on the task of trying to get one to walk. Only because I think non-player characters provide an extra level of immersion for a video game, and making them have a walk cycle where they purposely move to locations in the game world makes them appear real. But this has been a struggle, as you have known from my last video, and actually that's why I've been kind of taking my time trying to get this actually to work, to make this NPC, call him Bob for now, to go to this map indicator device's location. Let's walk through the gameplay of this. Alright, so as you can see, I have this map. The green grid is debug draw for navigation that I can turn off, and I'll show you how to do that after this gameplay here. You switch your weapon. Alright, so essentially you start off on this, supposed to be like conquest or domination type of map. And you start here in this one corner of the map, and you have to claim or capture this territory by taking out the 10 zombies, and then capturing the capture device here, and then once that's captured, that should stop the zombies from spawning, and ergo you have claimed this like part of the map, this territory. And then you're supposed to like keep going throughout the map and discovering different things, getting new items, and conquering the different parts of the map by capturing the areas that have capture devices in them. And they're like therefore being able to like, you know, take over the maps little by little. So the goal to make it a little bit immersive is that you have the basic NPCs here, the zombies that spawn, and those are cool. But I want to have custom NPCs so that like they actually walk around the map and you have to protect them or keep them safe, and then like kind of essentially like you're doing kind of weird you're kind of doing like these weird quests that are not explicit but implicit, like implicit quests essentially. And so you'll see this NPC walk over here, and you can actually like kill them if you want, or you can like talk to them, and then or like protect them if you want to as they walk around the island. And so that was kind of like the basis for this. But as you saw in my last video, I couldn't get the NPC to actually to walk to the direction that I wanted to. Like I got them to walk in random directions, and that's what I've seen online. You can, on YouTube, you can actually get the NPCs to walk to different random directions but I wanted to get the NPC to walk to a very specific location on the map. And then, therefore, I can get them in a walk cycle that kind of makes sense for the character that I have envisioned for them. And so now, as you can see, Bob did it. He walked to the part of the map that I needed him to walk to. And that was a certain code change that I will go into later. But for now, let's end the game. And let's go back to the Unreal editor for Fortnite. But yeah, let me open up the verse code. Go to verse Explorer. And open up my Walker NPC behavior.verse file. And so I tried so many different iterations of this code, it was ridiculous. I Googled, read forums, read documentation, and even looked at, people's videos on YouTube. And I just wasn't finding a solution that was consistently working for me. And I was even starting to get discouraged to think that maybe Epic just had a bug and I had to wait for them to patch it in the next release. And I still think technically they do have a bug, but I did find a solution. And when the world needed me most, I didn't vanish. What I did was I looped. And then I did a couple more things as well. I also changed the spawning time on my NPC spawner device because I saw somewhere that if you have it at 0, I think it gives less time for the NPC to spawn or be ready in the session. Let's see. So not the script override, but the spawn timer here. So it sets the minimum time between spawning AIs. Instance 0 will spawn the quickest possible, but is capped by performance limit. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay, let me also just increase that as well. And I see, I need to actually verify with like actual objective, like science-based study. But my thought process was that as I increase it to 5 seconds, so just to give the NPC time to, give the NPC time and the script override time to gather its translation and its coordinates on the map and to move towards the map. And yes, this code is available for free in the Discord. Yeah, so essentially I took this code here, put it in one giant loop, and then I have it do a wait at the end. I still have all the if-else if statements I was going through just to check everything because it fails. And that's essentially what I found, is that I had to put in a loop, kind of like the original code from Epic in their example. And I had to loop it because it's going to fail. For some reason, it's still going to fail. Mainly, it's going to come down to interrupted or blocked. And that's why I put the debug on. Actually, let me show you that. Because I was making sure the place I was asking to go wasn't unreachable. And so once I found out, okay, make sure it's not unreachable, then if it's blocked or interrupted, okay. So it's going to keep failing, so you have to just keep looping. And you kind of have to take the character down a path that will not have it fail with the unreachable reason. And so let's see here. Go to the outliner and search for island settings. And then, let's see, let's go all the way down. I think it's here under advanced. Nope. Okay, so yeah, under debug. Okay, so debug, yes, you want debug, and then navigation. And so now I'm just going to turn those off. because I don't need those anymore. Let me actually do this and then do this. So not debug anymore. But if you want to see that debug grid for navigation, you have to check debug and then check navigation, and there you go. And then do a file, save all, and that's it for that. And so let's see here. I don't think I need to go through the code per se because I've talked about it a lot. But again, it's the same thing that we talked about before. I set up a new NPC behavior class called Walker NPC behavior. And then I did create my own brand new, at least I think I did. Yeah, so I created my own brand new function called walk to point, made it private and suspends. And then I just put all the code in there. And so on begin, I print on begin, and I also then call the walk to point function. And then everything else is pretty much the same. I did get one tip that I think did help from a video, and I will link it in the description, where I need to make sure that the Z is using the same Z that the NPC is using. And so I got that from the characters get transform translation, and then I use NPC spawn point.z, whereas the other points X and Y came from the first point of interest, or the map indicator device, and that's where that came from. And then I just have here, make navigation target, go to point. And then, oh, that's another thing I did. Okay, there was some good tips that I kind of put together from YouTube. And so, let's see here. I spawn here, so it kind of shoots this process off to another process. I grabbed focus, dot maintain focus, and then go to point. That was just so that the NPC is looking at the point that I want them to go walk towards. Again, I don't know how successful that was. I think the main thing was that it just loops, so it just keeps trying, essentially, until it's successful. So that was like, I think that really was the main thing. And then navigatable dot navigate to, and then set everything up. I also did add the allow partial path to true. Again, I need to experiment with this to see if this actually needs to be in there, because most of the time, I think in examples and tutorials and documentation, you don't actually need to set this to true, but I did do that. And everything else is just, just to let me know if it's actually working. And that's mainly it. So that's what I got, and I hope that helps. But what am I going to do with this brand new power? Well, I'm going to do this. There we go. Nice shot. That and more stuff coming in my next video. Musty game dev. Ugh, it's musty in here.